Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to our new show, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. We'll leave it up to you in the panel to make a say in the chat who you want to decide to be the good, the bad, the ugly. I'll say
I'll
on a
pick
hot
early
fuzz.
doors after
Absolutely, mate.
after
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think I should have changed this around during today, if the opportunity to. But yeah, so let's just quickly go into the chat. So we've got a few people put some messages in. Big up Wolfgang, big up lads. Have a great show. Smash those likes up like the OK Corral. Cheers, matey. Appreciate that. And we've got Henry Ray Baker. Way to go, Tony, on 152. Great going. Keep up the awesome podcast. Thank you, mate. What we've got here? Stephanie Griffiths, Angel Eyes, Man with No Name, and Tuco. Great film. Great cast, just like the big one up, lads. Thank you, Stephanie. 11 likes, and it's only gone up to 13 likes. And also, we've got in here McManus Gaming, evening Manus, evening all. Hope you're doing good. We are indeed. And the lovely lady herself, Joanne Smith, fellow Wall. How are we doing, Joan? Hope you're all good.
Okay.
So, guys, how's your week been so far? Halfway for the week.
Do you know what, Tane? I haven't really got nothing to talk about. I mean, because as you know, Arsenal hasn't played, so it's been. In all fairness, it's been a stress-free week. Last night, watching the FA Cup replays, as we know, that was good. I did enjoy that game, and I thought I'll give you a little bit of a shit.
I loved your comments. I did love your comments. It was quite funny actually. I saw them.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I just feel that, obviously with last night's game, it was obviously he was going to be sent off for what he'd done. I mean, no mistake. If you look at the replay, I think his balls was come out his throat. It's like, and yeah, but I mean, it was a good win for Bristol City. I feel that you played better with 10 men than 11. Honestly, there was times where you could have scored in that game. And obviously getting it into extra time and maybe a penalties. That was what I had in the back of my mind. Was it being another draw and then it going into a penalty shootout? But I mean, Bristol City won the game, and whoever wins tonight out of Forest and Blackpool, obviously they got Bristol City in the next round. So
exactly.
Forest will win tonight, and that'd be 2 Premier League teams we can put out.
Just going to go on some of the channel. What we've got here, Mama Flossie. How we doing, Mama Flossie?
Yeah,
Where are
you?
Up, lads? Joe saying I'm okay. I've done my appeal video for Terence to show himself on Diesel. Yeah, I see Warren's going on that big time at the moment. Joe saying hello to Joanne and vice versa. Stephanie saying big up HotFuzz, aka Angel Eyes. Ooh, hey, Angel Eyes.
The best looking Man United fan we know.
Big up Narcane, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well. And love the backdrop. Yeah, unfortunately, the ugly one can't do that at the moment.
Yeah, what's this all about? This is like Friday. This is Friday all over again, isn't it?
Not at all, mate. I don't know what you're on about.
But you two, winners here and winners there.
It's okay. You won the you won the dinner plate. You won the glorified dinner plate. Bend it like Declan. Nketiah's in the room.
Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. I wouldn't even eat a salad from that Community Shield. I mean, honestly, it is just terrible. Don't get me wrong, it goes for a good cause, but it's nothing major, is it?
No.
It's not like a major trophy. Anybody or any football team thinks it's a major trophy, then blimey, you've got serious problems. With that
Birthday, Declan.
Yes. Basically, no. If Bristol City would get Nottingham Forest, if Nottingham Forest still keep the score as they are at the moment. Big up to Geordie. How are you doing, guys? He's asking. And 3 likes to you at the moment, Hot Fuzzy. And happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Declan.
Birthday, Declan Rice.
Bend it like Declan as Lee Gunner will say. So, yeah, we'll start off with my game yesterday. It wasn't great, was it? Basically, he made 4 changes in the team and he went 3 at the back. And as you see, it really paid off. It paid off really well. What was it 4 minutes? Mavropanos with that great back pass to the keeper, completely fluffed it. And matey boy went on and put it past him.
Yeah. Yeah, Conway, good player.
Yeah,
Good player.
and not being the whole team. They did exactly the same like they did when they was at the London Stadium. Basically, they really stuck it on us, and they did a number. And fair play to them. I think the only close chance we had was Danny Ings when he skied it. And went off the crossbar, didn't it? Went off the crossbar.
Yeah.
That's
And
the only one.
I think our defender, our old centre back, that's gone to you. That perfect chance, it just went wide of the post. Remember? Yeah, so that was another perfect chance. But yeah, that Conway, I mean, Scotland's under-21 international, so he's he's a very good player. But I mean, the way you look at the way Bristol City played, and the way you played Tony against us at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference when you break both teams the games down between City and Arsenal? Look how one played better than the other, and the other one was in the Championship.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
I suppose teams like that, when you think about it, they've got no fear.
No,
because they know they're in the Championship, and as you know, that's an hard division to come out of. I know that from for a few occasions getting out of that division over the years. But yeah, I mean, when you look at it, fair play to Bristol, and they deserved it. There's no two ways about it. I'm not going to deny that. That's for sure. I mean, just going to go on the comment there. Joe's saying, "Be glad when the Premier League is back to normal and all the matches are played on the same days." Yeah, it's a bit of a mad one at the moment with this. And Stephanie's saying, "Send off was stupid, Tony, a bit petulant." It was. There's no two ways about it. I mean, the one thing you don't do is kick out. Let the ref deal with that, because the challenge in itself was a bit naughty. I don't know if you would agree on that, Anthony.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was a bit naughty. Yeah, I think if I hear things like that, the player obviously who kicked out and got sent off, I think he's not worried about his West Ham career now. He wants to move somewhere else. Am I right by saying that?
Yeah, Ben Rama. I think he definitely wants out now. He wants to go out, and I think it was, I think it's Marseille that might be going for him.
Yeah,
which would probably be a good fit for him and for them, basically. But yeah, I mean, when you look at something like that, I mean, I remember when old Defoe, when we had Glenn Roeder as manager, and Defoe was getting himself sent off on more than one occasion. And one of my Sunday team players bumped into him at a nightclub and said, like, what's all this about you keeping getting yourself sent off? And he just turned around and said, "I fucking hate Roeder. I can't work with him. I don't want to be there. And this is my way out of the club." And that's what he did.
Yeah. And it's funny where you see like what you just said. You see professional footballers and they actually say it in a nightclub or wherever and say, "Well, look, I don't like the manager. This is the only way I can get. This is the only road I can go down to get out the club." Do you know what I mean? It's pathetic, isn't it? You just go and knock on the manager's door and speak to him at least. Like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, guys, if you want to leave a football club nowadays, just do the Sancho. Just literally create a tweet longer on your official social media accounts, or go onto Threads or something, and post out you slandering your manager's name left, right, and centre. Mate, you'll be straight fired onto the transfer list.
Yeah,
straight out the door.
Or you could do a Banyang. Instead of turning up for training, you go to Barcelona and Spain, don't you? And just have a guided tour around Spain.
Just constantly, every single day. It's just like creating an account where it's like, I take a photo outside the new camp for every day until I get my transfer to Barcelona. Like, right, okay.
Yeah. At some point it'll pay off. Fun enough, we said about, obviously, I let the name slip in that. Anthony, so Arsenal, apparently, according to one of the streams this afternoon, it's a done deal. You've got Benzema for 6 months. Can you follow up on that?
No, the only thing that I know about is what I read was that Chelsea and Arsenal. This is what I've read. Chelsea and Arsenal um, are the two London teams that are likely to most probably go into Benzema. Whether that happens, but then again, I don't think it'd be Chelsea. It might not even be Arsenal. I mean, this is apparently what's his name? The guy's name, Firmino or whatever.
Fabinho.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fabrizio
apparently.
Romano, yeah.
Fabrizio Romano has actually come out and he's actually said something that Chelsea and Arsenal are after Benzema. Benzema's wages is like £1 million a week. So I'm not being funny, but if Benzema's wages are £1 million a week, the most that Arsenal most probably would give him would most probably be in the region of something like maybe 3 to a push, maybe I don't know, 350,000 grand a week. Like, do you know what I mean? You'd have to come down a hell of a lot in wages. You're talking about 650k at least. You know what I mean? So I mean that's if you that and that's a considerate drop, but whether that's going to happen, it might not. I don't know. But with Chelsea is exactly the same. I mean, the Chelsea owner, I feel he spent stupid amounts of money, hasn't he? So but you're not going to be paying that on wages a bloody week, are you? £1 million on wages. You add that up from January to roughly the end of May. Do you know what I mean? You've got 5 months there. And you've got to add up all the weeks what's in those 5 months, and then you got a total outcome of I mean, what's that? That's going to be, I don't know, 30, 60, 90. You're talking with taxes and everything. You're going to be talking about bloody 90 million.
Well, apparently you got bags of money, so it should be pocket change for you guys, surely.
Well, I think Arsenal's got money, but they haven't got that amount of fucking money. Right.
Well, I suppose it's.
I was watching it. The stream you was on about. I was actually watching it because I was actually in work today, and I was watching it, and I was watching a bit of it on my lunch break, and I got stitched up because I left my phone on the side, and one of my work colleagues grabbed hold of my phone and wrote a message.
You read a newspaper, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. He's a Man City fan. He's an absolute he's a good guy. I mean, seriously, he's a brilliant guy. But I didn't think he'd have the bottle doing that. But obviously he did.
I mean, obviously it's not just your club that's been mentioned. Fuzzy's Man United are also kind of linked with Benzema as well. So, what's your views on that, Hot Fuzz?
I can all dream, can't we? All dream about John Mercer standing next to Karim Benzema holding up a number 9 shirt for Benzema or whatever squad numbers available for him. But that we know that's not going to happen. So I don't think Sir Jim Ratcliffe or Ineos would advise for this kind of a transfer to happen. We're broke as it is, and the wage bills are already astronomical. We don't need to then stick it up into even higher, even more ludicrous level.
Yeah.
As much as I really do like the player, the financials just don't check out for Manchester United at the moment. Maybe if it was something like a summer signing, somebody to be that standout player in the attacking department, you could probably say, yeah, no, that's a reasonable target to go for. Then you've got the younger option, Højlund, to feed off of him and to basically just learn his trade under experience. But as of right now, even if it was a loan, I think the wages are just so astronomical. There's not really much opportunity for Manchester United with our current financial situation to go and do any deals like that. We're literally brokering on cheap, cheap as chips kind of loan deals until the summer, which is absolute madness when you're talking about Manchester United. But as far as I mean, We don't need Karim Benzema. I mean, we've already got a world class Ballon d'Or contender worthy French striker at the club. We've got Anthony Martial. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
this
if he
might
can
be.
make it, if he can make it off the injury table, or if he can no longer be sick, he's not actually ill, by the way. The manager just hates him. Well, doesn't hate him, but manager just doesn't want him, wants him out. So he's like, well, I'm not picking you, not including your match day squad. So yeah, we could be getting rid
the
of
zest of
Martial.
energy for him, knowing that Benzema could possibly come in. You see Martial jump off the bench and score with one leg.
You see him doing bicycle kicks from all over the pitch, and it just doesn't not go in every time. He'll finish on Haaland's numbers in half a season.
Oh, mate, let's just quick look in there. So, got True Gooner Josh in there. Big up, lads. Big up, Josh. If you can, guys, don't forget to subscribe to this guy as well. Great little, great legend. He doing really well with his show. So, yeah, make sure to give him a little bit of love and support.
Yes,
same as with Mr. Hot Fuzz and obviously Anthony, below me as well. Don't forget to subscribe and share to their channels as well, please. And also this guy as well, Wolfgang. Yeah, the Chinese division of Wolfgang. Have a great show, boys.
Just called it Wolfgang earlier.
I'll work my way through the alphabet, Anthony. Arsenal Manic. Have you got over the FA Cup exit yet? Yeah, of course, mate. I mean, I didn't expect. Fun enough, I did have it. I can just see it now. We're going to their place, and either we'll put up a fight or we won't. And I was proved right, basically.
After going out to a championship scene, though, isn't it?
I think the first time, mate, ain't going to be the last. We've got bigger fish to fry, as they say.
That's going to stick with you all season, now. All this season, you do know that, don't you, Tim?
Oh, of course, mate. Of course.
Yeah.
I know that. I've got broader shoulders, though, Anthony. That's the difference.
But it's work as well, isn't it?
As soon as I pulled up in the car park today and that, I had an Arsenal fan doing this to me already. Like, hey, come on, you Irons. Yeah, he's really doing that.
So I'll absolutely love it if you were to say, look, we've got bigger fish to fry, and you actually finish ahead of Arsenal in the league.
You imagine
that could happen. That could happen. That could honestly happen.
Or better yet, West Ham win the Europa League and they knock out Liverpool on the way to the final.
Oh, imagine that.
That would be bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, definitely. Big up Luca AFC. Big up to you people. Arsenal Man peeps, subscribe. Joanne's saying it's so boring the transfer window all round. Yeah, I think it's going to be a case of you're more going to see loan deals than actually full figures being banded around.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see anything big in this transfer window. January is a funny one for me. A funny transfer window. But I think sometimes is clubs that brings in players and the fans are like, why the bloody hell have we gone in for this one? Do you know what I mean? Is that sort of transfer window, isn't it? The players that the teams get in. So any team you support and any players that your teams get in, any players your teams get in, just accept it, take it on the chin and move on. Yeah,
exactly.
Arsenal fan.
I mean, Arsenal Manic saying here, James Smith, you're right. It's a boring window. Either nobody to spend or possibly a late dash, which is another thing that could happen. I think, that's not a bad shout, actually. The lack of ambition from Arsenal. Every January is shambolic, not a serious club. Arsenal Manic probably won't spend. Wolfgang, ding, dang, do. Yes, indeed, mate. Joanne, lots of big fish to fry for everyone. Especially the likes. So I'm going to come to you, Hot Fuzz. You've got the new owner now, and is there any talks? Well, he's more doing the transfer side of things. Is he dealing with that side?
Well, it's the football operations of the club, and the thing that really annoys me is that the timing of which this deal was confirmed, there's still this ratification period of where he has to get the clearance before he can actually, sign off for changes as the official owner for Manchester United. And the same goes for guys like Brailsford and Jean-Claude Blanc or anybody else. Supposedly, this newly appointed CEO that we're going to have has got to be someone that's basically signed off by Jean-Claude Blanc, which is odd because Jean-Claude Blanc was meant to be coming in to be the CEO. They said, no, he's not going to be that, because there's loads of people who say no. But now he's going to decide who the CEO is going to be. It kind of makes no sense to me in that case. We're still sort of sat in the waters right now where it's like Ineos are talking all the talk right now, but they can't walk any walks. Like they've still not got the clearance to do anything yet. So we are still watching John Murtus trying to do a job. Forget a good or bad job here, just a job.
Yeah.
We're painfully watching him let loan targets, cheap loan targets, disappear off to other clubs. Like, is that incompetent? If it was that big of a deal, which people keep saying it is, they would have had it done on the 1st of January. Martial would be out of the door.
So looking at that, I mean, obviously, if Radcliffe gets the go-ahead in that, do you think he's actually going to dump that fella? Dump him out of the way, Jean-Claude?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Jean-Claude Blanc, somebody who's sort of signed with Ineos, is essentially someone as basically their spokesperson or their representative as part of this takeover process. As for what happens to Jean-Claude Blanc after this process is complete, I don't know. He might go off and resume whatever job he had previously, or might then go on to different onto pastures new. But my even bigger concern right now is that this could go from bad to worse, and guys like Paul Mitchell are a good option for director of football, and then you can have Dan Ashworth next to him as the sporting director or technical director of the club. Dan Ashworth might end up deciding to say, nah, I don't want to leave Newcastle, I'll stay here. Paul Mitchell could then also jet off to Roma really, really soon. And we've already heard that the time frame before Surgeon Ratcliffe and co can actually do things, it's not going to be done until in February time. We're still only halfway through January. Paul Mitchell might not wait around. He might be gone. So this could go very quickly from bad to worse. And to be honest, I'd be sat here saying, just typical Glazers again.
Yeah.
Because they're still in charge of everything. Glazonomics. So apparently there's another... I don't know what truth there is to this, but I heard something about more dividends being taken out at the same sort of time that this statement came out about Sheikh Jassim. Oh, he had loads of fake. He wasn't real. Like he didn't have the finances to prove that he had the bid there. I've also heard that there's other groups saying from Qatar saying, "Well, we did. What you lying about?" I don't know what the hell's going on with the Qatar stuff at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, because it was a funny battle, and it was between him and Radcliffe. And at one point, it seemed like it favoured Jassim, and then he then pulled out. And of course, that left the doorway open for Radcliffe. But as Big T saying here, big up to yourself and your reactions to the fake Sheikh Jassim. Donut wouldn't provide funds and submit paperwork. His bid was never official. So you just answered that basically on that, haven't you? So yeah, weird. That was very similar to. Do you remember the Anthony as well? I don't know if you've used too young at this stage, but we had Portsmouth that same thing, didn't they, with a fake Sheikh that came in and bought Fratton Park off of.
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot his bloody name now. I think he was the one that he always had the long coat with the fluffy hair, didn't he?
That's right.
What's his name? Manzarek. It's something along those lines. Yeah. He was. I think the Portsmouth owners they turned his back on him after a while, and they made it known that they didn't like him. So obviously he ended up leaving, obviously selling the club, which most probably was the best thing for Portsmouth. But I mean, you look at them now, you wouldn't think they were like in League One, would you, Portsmouth?
I know.
You know, it's a bit, yeah.
I mean, Arsenal Mannix here, he's got 25% ownership, right? How does it work? Does the majority ownership over 51% really run things at the club?
Well, the thing is that if it's Sir Jim Ratcliffe at the point of taking over, I think at the moment it's structured to be 25%, but there are more shares that he is buying between now and the end of the year. So he's probably going to end up somewhere around sort of 30, 31%. And if he holds that as a single owner of, as like for shares per owner, he has the biggest percentage of everybody that owns shares on the board. So the Glazers collectively own more, but individually they all own less than what Sir Jim Ratcliffe has. But the distinguishment between Class A's and B shares, I think there's still majority of the Glazers that have the Class Bs, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe also has quite a few Class B shares in there as well.
I must admit, because that's what I thought. He's come in. They've given him 25% so far, but guaranteed you'll see shortly in that he'll buy X amount of shares, and then before you know it, they'll just take a back seat, cream off what they need, and he'll be the main shareholder.
Back to dividends.
Yes, as always. Trip Vic, sorry guys, I can't stay. I have shit tons of work. You're all amazing. Thanks, mate.
Big ups, Trip Vic.
Trip Vic.
Right, relax and have fun, everyone in the chat. Steph UK. Arsenal Mannix saying, Usmanov had 15% ownership of Arsenal, didn't have a say in the running of the club. Yeah, because you had more than one shareholder, though, didn't you, Anthony?
Yeah, we did. We had Kroenke, we had Usmanov. What it was, Usmanov offered Stan Kroenke, I think it was around about a total region of back then, which was 1.5 billion, to take full ownership of Arsenal. They couldn't settle. They didn't get on well with people and this, that, and the other. I do recall going back a few years ago, obviously when Arsene Wenger was in charge of Arsenal, that he said that Arsenal will be ran better under Usmanov than the Kroenkes. And we all know that obviously Arsene Wenger left a year before his contract expired.
Yeah,
he obviously left the season before. And obviously, I think the fans had the majority to do with that as well. But I think, to be honest with you, I think the Kroenkes may have had a little bit to do with that as well. So, I think leave now. Here's a big paycheck. We're getting somebody else in. And obviously, that was Unai Emery when he come in.
Yeah,
and then that was it, that sort of thing. But, it is football. We all know it is a business now. It's not football much anymore now, is it? So, it's a thing, really.
Just go back to DJ Crane. Big up, Tony. Who cares about the Mickey Mouse Cup? Really fuzzy? Definitely the bad. Big up, Tony, Tone, and Herbert. Big up.
Nah, but the big Arsenal Super Mutant channel would have been celebrating all the way into the night if they'd won the Carabao Cup.
Oh, mate. Yeah. Mahmoud.
Mahmoud?
That's the one. Yeah. So Arsenal saying thank you very much. I'll get it now. My bad. I read somewhere else. Usmanov had 30% share of the club. Maybe Anthony knows best.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it was, we had another one as well, a woman which was called Lady Bracewell, I think her name was.
Yes.
And the Kroenkes bought her shares, and they bought somebody else's because we had a few. And basically, with what Stan Kroenke, the other shareholders he bought out, literally bought him up to around about 51% of the obviously of the football club. So it was down to either him, whether he wanted to sell the Usmanov, or so be it. But obviously they offered Usmanov a buyout of, I think it may have been about, I think it's what he offered them. It might have been 1.5 billion or something like that. And then they took pretty much all full ownership of the Arsenal club. So, and then he went to Everton.
That's right, he did.
He went to Everton, and I look at it now. I'm not too sure whether he's fully to blame for it, but look at the state of Everton now. Obviously, with the 10 points deduction they've already had, and it looks like they're going to have another points deducted. But I think that started next season. I think with Everton, I think that they'll start off on minus 10 points next season. You can't take another 10 points off them this season. You know, is ridiculous. It's a bit bang out of order,
exactly.
personally. So
let's just come back. So just going to say these chats here. Big up, Deal Boy Gunner.
we got double.
Matey in there. Don't forget, guys, to obviously share, like, and subscribe to that man as well. And as always, good to see AFC always. Tony Anthony, Hot Fuzz, big up to yourself, matey.
Well.
And he also mentions last season, Top Gooners wanted an open top bus for finishing second.
Well, we had some fans out there who wanted to win the Premier League or want to change the rules, so the team that spends most time at the top of the table wins the Premier League. Not where you finish at the end of the season. No. 97 or 93% champions. You know, it's all about percentages here. We don't deal in factual points tally after 38 games. We deal in percentages.
Exactly. Blackpool's making a bit of a game there. It's now 2-1 to Nottingham Forest.
Ooh,
they got one back.
So, yeah, I mean, great goals there. Morgan for Blackpool just belted one in top left-hand corner. Great goal.
Fair play.
DJ Crane, that's called franchise football. Yeah, it's true. And it's so ridiculous. So I saw some interesting things about us. I mean, obviously, you can see the background is the London Stadium. And at 1 minute, we got given permission that we can increase up to 68,000. But then in comes Mr. Mayor, London Mayor Sadiq Khan. And apparently he's officially withdrawn our plans to increase the stadium size. As always, this bloke has never liked us moving into the London Stadium when we first went for it with Newham Council, and then of course you had Daniel Levy with Spurs and Barry Hearn with Leyton Orient. But now he's apparently scuppered the plans to increase the size of the stadium.
Do that with Brentford's GTEC Community Stadium as well.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, because obviously it says here the gap between the stands and the pitch are a major bone of contention. So too are the long security check queues before the games, and those are few stop ghost signs on the way out, which are a pain in the backside. I can tell you that now. That's why Hammers were infused by a big payoff as part of the £800 million pound plans to build a new stadium on their doorstep. But yeah, like I said, not going to happen now by the looks of it. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen on that score, because obviously I think all of us, well, apart from Arsenal, there you've got an owner that's willing to give you money, but not too sure what else. We've got obviously a takeover in hiatus at Man United, and we're waiting for someone to come in and snap us up, because at the moment we've still got Sullivan in charge.
Maybe the fake Jake could get the deal across the line with you.
Well, there was a talk of that. Once he pulled out from you guys, there was the talk that he was going to come and probably buy us, but that fizzled out as soon as it was kind of said. And of course, David Gold passed away, and we've had his daughter now come onto the board, Vanessa, and apparently her husband has also come onto the board as well. So there's still a gold element in at the club. But while things are going good, of course, there's no protests or anything like that, like you had at your grand as well, Anthony. But I think that was a bit of a damp squib. At least when we do a protest, we actually mean it. There's a big difference.
Yeah, I'm not. It's up to the individual if they want to go out and protest. I'm just going to speak for myself. I mean, everybody's got a right to an opinion. I don't hold with protesting. I'm not keen on it. I feel there's too many. Sometimes you see it all on the news, whether it's regarding football or whatever it is, and they do stupid things. They put people's lives in jeopardy as well. Do you know what I mean? So it is all it's up to them. And if you lot are gonna, obviously your fans are gonna protest, then obviously then so be it. Same with our ones as well, you know. Or maybe if Man United wants to do it, if fans want to do it, protest. Go out there and protest. I personally won't be doing any of that stuff. I don't like it. I just hate it, in my opinion. But
you're just one voice, aren't you, out of many in that, and is it really going to be heard? That's the question for me.
That's true. Yeah.
You know. So yeah, what's else? The AFC always says top gooners think winning the Community Shield is a major trophy. So we've won more Community Shields than leagues titles. Then this fan base is a disgrace.
Yeah, I just feel like it's like what I touched on earlier, Tone. I did say it, and I said anybody that any team or any fans reckons win a Community Shield is a step up or is brilliant. But I'm sorry, but your team's in trouble. And that looks like us. That looks like Arsenal. I'm not going to lie. That looks like us. I can't believe everybody gets excited over a Community Shield. Honestly, I just can't.
Well, I know a certain person who does. Remember, he won. You're in a FA Cup, and you won 3 trophies. Remember, you've won 3 trophies now.
Think of it.
Got a certain person. Arsenal Manic saying, don't want to rain on the parade, but new owners don't necessarily equate to success. Having said that, Kroenke's out. Yes.
But they've backed Arteta, though. I'll be honest with you, they have backed him. I mean, the time he's been there, he's had what? You once you've had it all up, that's 750 million.
Wow.
That's the funny thing. That to me is the funniest thing. The least qualified and the least successful manager is the one that gets the most backing.
Yeah.
Could have backed Arsene Wenger more. Could have backed Unai Emery more. But
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I never knew, and I keep saying this now, I never know why a FA Cup win can keep our manager in a job for 3.5 years after winning it. Honestly, I just don't understand it.
It was all about trusting a process.
If
that phrase was never coined, Arteta would not be the manager right now. He would have been sacked off the back of 2 8th place finishes. 5th place finish season doesn't happen, and last season doesn't happen.
I've never seen a process. I don't know what unless the manager comes out and says, "Yes, trust the process." Okay, but you're going to tell us what the process is. So we can trust it. You haven't told us. So as far as I'm concerned, there ain't a process. It's just a manager, a brain dead manager, talking shit. That's what honestly. That's what it is. Let's get facts out there. It's true.
I mean, just going. I mean, that just says it all. Look at that. Last time Arsenal had a protest, 5 people turned up, and Northside London was there. Yeah, sure. I mean, the funny thing you said about the process. Obviously, MB Games must have had future vision when they produced Twister, because I think that's what your process looks like. It's all over the shop, and you just got to do this, and hopefully it'll fall into place.
Yeah,
you're right. Back to Meverly and HotFuzz is right about the irony. It's true. Club are paying for Arteta and the squad to go to Dubai, but they can't buy a striker.
Oh, don't get me started on this. We've already talked about this with Arsenal fans. We don't even know why the hell they are there. Why are they there? I mean, Jez I said it, and Jez said it a different way to me. I said that they should be in Dubai. They should be home here now with their families, training. And when I say training hard, right? In the cold, the pissing down rain, everything. However long you're out there on that training pitch, add another 2 or 3 hours of your day on and do it and do that as well. Really get them exercise in. Maybe it takes Kroenke to come down and give Arteta a bollocking, because you just can't blame the players. You've got to blame the manager as well.
Yeah.
Slightly. Have a word with Edu as well. Blame him as well. So that's 3 lots of people we can blame here. Edu, Arteta, and the players. I don't think they want to pay for him, if I'm honest with you, Tim. Because I tell you something now. If another manager come in, it was an elite manager, with the players we've got now, we'd totally see a different Arsenal team. With the players we've got now. Honestly. I just don't feel like they got no time and respect for him anymore now. And they're going to shove him under the bus, or they're going to try and do what they can to maybe get Arteta out. If they do that, they do that. But, hopefully, I don't want to sound too cruel, because sometimes when you say this, you get, spokes back saying, oh, you're cruel, you're tight, this, that, and the other. But listen, other teams have done it to their own managers. Man United done it to Solskjaer.
Yeah, that's right.
So, did you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's it. So if that happens, then so be it. It happens, and we just go on. We just move on and get an elite manager. But till then, we might have like what AFC always says to me. You're going to have Mertesacker in charge until well,
It's true. It's true.
yeah.
I mean, you're saying about Edu, but obviously Arsenal Manic's saying there they backed him blindly because he was Pep's side dish, and Pep probably gassed him up to the Arsenal owners. And that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
So probably they have gone with that. As AFC always, it's been over here 4 years, over 700 million spent, and not signed a striker. Well, you got Jesus, but I don't know if you would have classed him as a striker.
No. Yeah, I mean,
He's a striker now. No, he's not a striker. We need 2 strikers at that club. We can afford to sell. In all fairness, we need to get 1 striker in now and 1 striker in at the beginning, but when the next season starts. And then what we can do then is just gradually start offloading some players that we don't need. You know, I mean, out on the left. I mean, to be honest with you, you can actually afford to sell Trossard now if you want to sell him. You can and then you can put Martinez and Jesus on the left. It's back up, and somebody else on the right. Do you know what I mean? So you know, there is things that you can do, but obviously depending on how much money we got to spend, because at the minute. I feel that we're struggling. If we don't get no one in this transfer window, I don't even think Arsenal's finishing top 4. Personally, I don't.
So if that's the case, then that's a total regression, isn't it, from last season?
Exactly. And should the manager be gone?
Well, for that, you know, I'd say there, you know, for me, yeah, definitely. HotFuzz, would you agree on that comment?
Yeah, I mean, finish 3rd place without a trophy, that's still regression.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still regression, and if you're regressing, then that's that's grounds to potentially lose your job, and especially if you've not actually won anything off the back of you progressing. And this is the thing: it feels like to me that when Unai Emery was sacked, in terms of but Arteta inherited a mess of a squad. It's an absolute disaster. Jurgen Klopp inherited a better squad when he took over Liverpool than Arteta did. Well, that first and foremost, that's BS. That's absolute BS. That's just looking for sympathy votes for Mikel Arteta's behalf. Second off, you regressed under Mikel Arteta so badly that this progression is just to put you back to where you were when Mikel took over. Essentially.
Yeah, true.
You basically did. So when you took over, you were here, you went down. This 8th place, 5th place, 2nd place is just to get you back up there. If you want to go above and beyond, you have to actually win those league titles, because Arsene Wenger was finishing 2nd place in title races in the latter stages of his Arsenal career. So he was still in and around that, in those realms. The season that Leicester won it, because that was a 2-horse race, which Tottenham Hotspur somehow managed to finish 3rd place in a 2-horse race. God only knows how they managed to do that. But it's like this whole... It's quite literally, when they say it's a PR process. It's just literally just media mainstream. Let's push this, and it's like, let's make everything seem that it is just... It's like polishing a turd. Like, look at how golden and magnificent this turd is. Everyone's telling you, but it's still a turd.
Yeah.
It's still a turd. What's so special about it? But it's gold. Who cares? Is yours gold? Is your shit gold? Do you shit gold?
Well, it will be. He's been eating steak from Salt Bay.
He's fine.
Yeah. He's fine. I mean, you know,
tomahawk.
It's not just the gold; it's the smell, the aroma as well. You know what?
Yes, it's very true. Yeah, the smell of BS. I always saying here, you just know what our technical excuses will be after the Palace game. We're not used to this cold weather after spending time in Dubai. Well, he's blamed the wind.
Yes, he's blamed the wind. He's blamed the rain. He's blamed. I think he's blamed. He's obviously blamed VAR. He's blamed the referee's decisions, and that's it.
Do you know what? I'd like to. he said what the excuse after Palace is going to be. I'll say the excuse for the Palace game is you know how Arteta loves to talk about how he drives to training, right? He loves to talk about how he drives. What if they took a wrong turn on the way to Selhurst Park? There's another excuse.
Yeah.
I swear we should have taken the second exit, not the third one.
Yeah,
the second
one of
one.
those.
He's one of, I can picture it now, HotFuzz. You can see it like full time, and they go, Mikel Arteta. Yeah. Your thoughts on today's game? Palace 3, Crystal Palace 3, Arsenal 1. Yeah, well, and you go on to this player, and it'd be something like Eddie Nketiah, and he'd go, yes, I am very happy with him. You know, it'd be absolute crap. After the game being said, and it comes to the stage where I feel like, if he doesn't hurry up and get off my TV, I'm going to throw it. You know, it's one of those. It's one of those things, and all the crap and rubbish he comes out with. I rate him. I think he's very good. You know, and I'm like, oh, mate, fuck off. Where's the remote control, love? Yeah, I can't listen to it anymore. Yeah, turn it off.
Mikel, what? How many slices of steak did Salt Bay give you when you were out in Dubai? This is a press conference about Crystal fucking Palace. What are we talking about Dubai for?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, and this is the thing. They take all of these players out for warm weather training. I think there's an element of it. He's taking them out there for bonding exercises as well. Get you all back on side, because the arguments on the pitch, the frustrations were showing, the downbeat emotions. Oh, yeah, we've got to be happy clappers here.
Well, we know his management skills are not exactly, you know, his man management skills are not legendary at all. They're, if anything, they're poor.
No. I mean, I'm not being funny. If you want a bit of Mel, if you want to have a laugh and a bit of Mel bonding, just go on to Yeti's show, innit? I mean, let's be honest. He does a good job. Yeah.
Take him there, kind of thing.
Speaking of Yeti. Two.
Oh, wow.
Is it?
Saying, I mean, obviously, talking about the transfers. I mean, obviously, Hammers, you know, Arsenal Manic saying Hammers must be chuffed. Moyes is looking to make signings this January. Yes, we're looking at Gimenez, and we're also looking at Bergwijn, believe it or not. So there's two players we're looking at kind of getting in.
Well, I mean, let go Ben Rama, bring Bergwijn in. That's a good swap. For me, it's an upgrade.
Yeah,
I think someone that you can have I mean, you got some form of a tricky winger or players that have a good drive and good pace down the right. The left-hand side, it feels like you've just got a bunch of number 10s almost that play wide. I think if you've got Bergwijn that can play and fill in on the left-hand side, that's just another winger that you can exploit with a bit of pace. It's like Aston Villa when they signed Diaby. So now you could start with Bailey on the right and Diaby on the left.
Yeah.
There you've got two mad pacey wingers with a little bit of trickery and direct nature to their game. So I think Bergwijn would be a great signing.
And we get able to hit Gimenez as well. That'd be another one. Joanne's asking you, Anthony, would you take Jose as a manager?
100% yes. Because at the minute, he's the only manager that's out there, you know, elite manager out there without a job. But listen, I know a lot of people are not keen on Mourinho now. But all I'm going to say is, if he was a boss, and you was a club owner and Mourinho come in front of you and he put his CV in front of you and you see 35 trophies on there, same, all right, different trophies, but the same ones he's won, including manager of the months, the years, and that sort of stuff, would you take him? Because I know I would. Yeah,
because you know we know the scorers with him. He comes in, he does a little bit, wins you something, and then obviously he either gets sacked or he moves on.
Yeah,
but he's still going to guarantee you something. And if you look at it for an Arsenal fan, guarantee you that if Mourinho did come in, you'll win something in the shorter space of time than what you have with Arsenal in charge.
Exactly, but I think the only thing the reason why something like that won't happen is because our owners will most probably look at his £15 million a year pay packet, and say, look, we don't want to pay you that when we're paying Arteta £6 or £7 million a year. Because that's the sort of price range that it works. It works one of both ways. You're either going to get a cheap manager in on less salary that's going to have more money to spend on players, or you're going to have a good manager in that's on an absolute brilliant wage, and they're going to give you less money for players. Do you know what I mean? So they're trying to. It's pointless. But I would love Mourinho. Yeah, I'll take him definitely.
Yeah, I would do. I like Joanne's comment. Not keen on Jose as manager, but if it meant getting rid of Arteta, I would take him. Even God, I would even take a bloody Womble over Wimbledon Common for manager.
Well, this is the thing. You say you can almost like scale this back as to whether you would or wouldn't take a manager. You ask yourself this question: if you give the amount of money that has been spent on Mikel Arteta to a manager like Jose Mourinho, and you say with his project and his ideas, he gets that amount of backing for his players, does Arsenal win a trophy by now? I think, I think they probably won another FA Cup by now. They probably would have gotten to like a Europa League final again from last season instead of getting cheaply knocked out to Sporting Lisbon. Jose wouldn't have lost to them. He wouldn't have lost to them. And I mean, as far as challenging for the league, I don't know if he would have, say, gotten Arsenal as that, like with 8-point advantages in title races, because I don't think he's quite had that sort of luck in terms of league standards. But in cup competitions, that's kind of been his forte in the latter years when he has won trophies. It's come in the form of these knockout format competitions. So I think it would have. You could have gone on to do things in those regards, but
because obviously you backed up what AFC always has said there. He's also said it. Mourinho wouldn't be a yes man to the Cronkies. Absolutely.
No, he wouldn't be. No.
He wouldn't take it.
No, and I'd be honest with you. I don't think it's. I think everybody sees the Cronkies, this, that, and the other. But do you know what? I think he's Edu as well. Because Edu's the next one up on the chain of command, if you like. I think is if Edu gets on with a particular person. So I think with Mourinho and Edu, I think that would just clash, and Edu just won't get him. So in all fairness, you're better off get everybody saying Arteta out, which I do agree with. Get Edu out as well. Get him out.
Right, I swear this guy's won awards for like best director or something as well. Like.
Director of what? Producing shit. Because that's what he's done.
What? Champion toe sucker.
I don't know.
He's world class at clearing out that toe jam, I swear.
Wow.
But yeah, Christ almighty.
I mean, the funny part about it, there was also a moment. Ooh, Blackpool nearly went ahead then. There was a moment when Mourinho was banded with us because obviously Moyes was 10 years a little bit rocky, because he's supposed to be offered a new 2.5-year contract, but he's been mentioned, of course, with Potter mentioned. But yeah, I'll take Mourinho, definitely. I'll take him at the club. Joe's saying obviously Simeone is my choice. Do you think it's a bit suspicious Arsenal buy Chelsea's crap? Yeah, well, you've taken over from us. We used to buy the old rejects, and it seems like you guys are doing that now.
Well, it seems like I read a few days ago that Arsenal was after what's the Chelsea left back they bought from Brighton,
Cucurella.
Yeah, they were on about getting him in this window. But whether that's going to happen, I don't know. But that's one of the positions. Apart from being a striker up front, that's really two positions we really need to fulfill and quick and fast. But it's like what I said. Tomorrow's the 18th, right? So we got 11, 12. We got 13. Like 13 days left of this transfer window.
About that.
Yeah. So there we go. And Arsenal hasn't signed anybody, and they ain't going to be signing anybody. After the Crystal Palace game, I didn't think. So it'd be the last day of the transfer window, and it'd be absolute crap. We'll get, which is facts.
I'll tell
And
you
like I
what.
said,
I'll tell you what. If you sign Cucurella, that's Project Youth in the bin, isn't it?
well, it is because how old
Signed
is he?
by 25. 25.
Mm.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio is on edge when he is that.
Well, you know what that is. If they sign him, that's what they'll do. They'll sign him, and then at the end of this season, guess what they'll do? They'll sell Kieran Tierney. That's what he'll do to get money back in from that, and then he'll keep. I think he'll either keep Shevchenko or he'll play Tomiyasu there, or maybe Timber because we'll have Timber back by then. Do you know what I mean? By the end of this season, so hopefully, touch wood. But you know, that's probably what you do. You bring him in and sell Kieran Tierney, so it'd be like for like sort of thing. But to me, Kieran Tierney is a better left back.
Yeah, I agree on that. I mean, do you agree on that comment? Arsenal,
Yeah.
David O'Leary as director.
I will bring in Arsenal David. Why not? Well, seriously, why not? I would. I mean, he did it. Wasn't he director of Sunderland?
Yeah,
He was, wasn't he? So, and he was a manager of Sunderland and went straight up in the direct. Yeah.
director
So
thing.
why
Yeah,
not? Yeah. Bring them in. I'll be for that. Or maybe even Tony Adams. You know, a director. Seriously, but just bring someone in. If it's going to be an Arsenal legend, that's the role that I want them to have. Is a directing role, not to be a manager of the club. Not to be a manager of the club.
yeah. Poison Chalice doing that one. Obviously, always. I said about this earlier. Old school Gunner did a stream earlier saying Benzema to Arsenal is a done deal, 6-month loan deal. Is this true? As far as I know, it was a case of it was mentioned, but there's no firm confirmation that it actually is a done deal.
There's no confirmation of that is a done deal. No, but I think I think anybody's throwing stuff out at the minute. The people's throwing stuff out left, right, and bloody centre, whether to get you all excited, to get you all hyped and all that. The stream that was, I think, because I was in work, I think I only watched about 15 minutes of the stream, so I couldn't tell you because I was at work and I've been busy. You know, I've been busy right up until I was pretty much late. I didn't get backstage until bang on 8:30, did I?
That's right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was late for this thing because I've been flat out today doing things. So, but yeah, I mean, regarding this, I don't know if is it still a possibility. Maybe we never know in this transfer window. We never know.
I think, as you said, it's the fee, isn't it? I mean, it's the wage. Sorry, not the fee. It's the wages that's going to be the killer for any club that's going to get him. Who's going to get him?
I think there's one other thing as well. It's like you look at the type of character that Karim Benzema has. You compare it to guys like Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mesut Ozil. They're that level. Arteta's done a very good job in chasing those characters away. I doubt that he would sit there and go, yes, let's bring that sort of culture back in. Because otherwise you are literally reverting to the squad type that Unai Emery had. So then that would really stick the reverse. You stick the car into reverse gear and now you're going backwards. You're reverting to type from the previous installment. No, then everyone's perceived thing of Mikel Arteta, he's changed the culture of the club. He's drained the toxicity out of the dressing room. Well, on those basis, surely he's welcoming it back in on his standards, on his basis. Surely he's welcoming it back in. In that case, why did you sack Emery in the first place then? Just to get a manager to take you away from that, to then put you back there. It's just 4 years wasted for no reason.
So there's a thing in it, protecting the value, Arteta sexuals. Can't we now sell a few? I think the problem you got there is actually it's trying to sell them. Because I don't think you've got so many players that's been there for I don't know how long, and they're still sitting there taking a wage.
Well, they are, yeah. And I mean, to be honest with you, they seem to be getting rid of them. When he wants to get rid of them, he just seems to be on a lane. And it's like, well, why a lane? I know it depends on what sort of players. You know, if I mean, let's take for instance. I don't even know why he's still there. Cedric Soares. Why is he still there? I mean, even if we were
He's
offered,
Georgia's player.
Well,
yeah,
apparently he's possibly going to be going off to Besiktas.
but is that a loan or a buy?
I think that's a buy.
And what region is that? You're talking what, about £1 million, 1.5 million?
I mean, Rob Holding went for about, what was it, 1.4 or something ridiculously low. Was it about 4 million or something?
Yeah, it was a few million. Rob Holding. I think it was about 6 million he went for. Rob Holding, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
It's probably going to be about the same.
Yeah, so I don't
Or
think
less.
it'd be 6 million for Cedric Soares. It won't be because he's not really playing. He hasn't really been featured in the Arsenal team. So I think if anything, I think you'd be talking about in the region of 1.5, maybe 2 million max, and that. But then again, that's 2 million to us, and that's another wage bill.
Yeah.
Off. Do you know what I'm saying? So it works like good, but it works like both ways. El Neni.
Oh, and then there's another one, isn't there? Yeah.
El Neni's another one. Let's have a look at that. Lukonga, or DN, he's another one. There's talks about Party going. I mean, and then obviously there's some Arsenal fans that don't. What's that new deal?
Yeah, there's a lot of truth to this with Manchester United's case as well. Like you read on like the timelines of United's channels, the amount of players. Oh, look, we're linked to this player, that player, and all of these players. And like, there's one big common denominator with this. They're all for purchase, right? And they're all linking you to the summer. We cannot buy anybody right now, so this is all just chat. It's chat.
It's chat, and chat.
Well,
and yes,
you know the old thing, isn't it? Until you see pen to paper and the player in the shirt, there's nothing else.
But that's it. That's what I said. That's what I've been saying pretty much the last week or two. You know, I mean, obviously, I've been told Man United's got no money to spend. They've got to sell before they buy. But then I've read on the I did read, and I think, well, did I read it or was I told it something like that? That if Man United has got money to spend in this January transfer window, you're looking at no more than 50 mil. That's what I read. So you know what I mean. So you don't know what to believe. But it's like what I said. This window, anything happens, and the weird thing is in the last hour of this bloody window, or the last 2 hours of this window, anything can happen. Anyone goes there. Exactly. So it won't surprise me if you turn around and say, "Oh, fucking hell." They're outside, West Ham's ground saying, yes, we've come with the latest news. But yeah. Well, it is just transferred to Arsenal in the region of 80 million. Yes, that's 80 million. Mikel Arteta and Edu showing works, pushing this deal through over the line, getting it done before the transfer window has finished. It's stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
it's Jim White and the yellow tie. It's Jim White and the yellow tie.
You see this one, Anthony? We need to track down Terry Davis. I'm a gooner. Tony knows him. He was the OG Arteta post boy. Yeah, that bit hasn't changed. He's still in the same frame of mind.
He's still that. He's an Arteta. Apparently, Tony told me that Terry's got a poster of Mikel Arteta on his bedroom wall. So
gold frame the works.
Gold frame, yeah, that's it. The bee's knees, and he literally goes like that before he gets into bed. He goes, "Good night, my sweet prince," like that, and gets into bed.
This is true. I mean, obviously, Joe's saying here, Benzema didn't want to come before, so why now? Well, I suppose it's quick.
I think now. Yeah, I think that was when we after him when it was. I think Wenger was in charge.
Yeah, I think it was 2000. Was it 16 or no? I think it was early. He was after. Yeah. Apparently, he was going to be a done deal then, and it
was like 2016, I think, 2015. Definitely.
How does Edu sell any sort of a winning project to Karim Benzema? Look at this fabulous dinner plate that we won last year. Like,
Exactly.
did you see the All for Nothing documentary? We're
Yeah.
famous.
That was I laughed at half of that, well, most of that. And the worst, the one that I laughed at was when he went on the training field training, and they had these massive ghetto blasters, these speaker, and they're playing "You Never Walk Alone." And we had Liverpool. They're saying, "This is what you're going to hear." All the fans are going to say, "You've got to rise above this, that, and the other." We went and played, and we lost fucking 3-0. So that did a lot of good. I mean, what prick? What manager does that? Put
Do you reckon
speakers
that-
on a fucking training pitch and say, "This is what we're going to hear." Well, it's fucking obvious. If he's at Anfield, you melt. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Do you reckon they rehearsed losing 3-0 as well?
Oh,
they got,
yeah.
they got the B team in training to wear Liverpool tops, and they accidentally smashed the Arsenal A team 3-0. It's just like I pray that's not what happens, that we actually go to Anfield. No,
That's what the speakers were for, Fuzzy. You know, actually the roar of the crowd. Get used to this. Get used to this noise, because that's what's going to happen to us when we go to Anfield.
God, you could tell. I picked the fucking ugly one here. Look at the stick already. Look at the pictures up here.
I know.
Gee, winners.
The public demanding. They do, Joanne. They do indeed.
Yeah.
100%, Joanne. I think it was 2016 Benzema, or 2015 was being talked about. Yeah, it was around that time. Joanne, so no, that documentary, yes, that you'll never walk alone. Laugh out loud. Well, Arteta will be walking alone when he gets a sack.
Exactly. Yeah, to the job centre, right?
no, he's going back to Dubai. He wants Salt Pappy or
Bay.
Salt Bay to console him.
Interesting. I know the DJ Crane is saying, how many players from that documentary are trusted today? Just Saka?
Oh yeah. How many players? Yeah.
Star boy, unfortunately. Sorry, Arteta, he's not your star boy. He's a star boy for was it Wenger or Emery?
Yeah. Emery, I think it was. Dubai trip is for player bond and not manager player bond. Well, this is a problem, isn't it? Because that's what's going to be highlighted, and someone's going to say, but they deserve the break. They deserve to go and have a break.
Get the fans back on side as well. Keep putting out pictures of the players enjoying themselves. All the media darlings would be like, "Oh, look at how cute Saka looks on that boat. Oh, look how cute the Erdegaard looks with his little hair flicks out in the Middle East. Oh, look at that! Just it's crazy."
I mean, for you, Fuzz, does it feel good that, you know, when you think about your club from winning all the trophies during the 90s and the 2000s, and then seeing it kind of filter away, but then you got someone else to take over the media confusion of what the hell is this club doing in the fact of Arsenal? You know, it deflects from you guys in that respects.
Well, I mean, thankfully, United aren't actually playing this weekend, and it's Arsenal that make their return. I don't recall United flying out to Dubai after drawing 2-2 with Spurs. They haven't gone out for warm weather training. They've just carried on as per usual. They've not gone anywhere. And we're a club that's in the shit. We're in the gutter. Arsenal are sort of starting to peel away.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. I like this comment. Don't talk about Sid snotting his hair flicks. Did you see that when he snotted into his hair and wiped into his hair? Wow.
That's how he gets it to stick together and stay consistent. So if he didn't do that, it would look all scruffy by the end of the game. But he's got
you know what that is totally same. Because it's from that film, and it's something about Mary.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah. Odegaard in the sequel.
Yeah, could someone come back Arteta?
I reckon someone should have challenged Martin Odegaard at the start of the season to win a trophy. If he doesn't, that he has to shave his head bald and see how he does when he's just doing that. When he's standing over a free kick, you're like, "What are you doing that for? You haven't got hair anymore, mate."
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Egghead Erdegaard. You
Not
imagine?
good at all. So they're still 2-2 at the moment. They're playing 10 minutes of extra time. And Blackpool's had the best chances in that time.
It's going to go to... is it extra time and penalties, or is it...
No, I think it just... Is it now? Because I think they've just gone straight... They go straight to pens, I believe. I don't know if they've changed it this year.
No idea.
Mary Cardier flicks. Yeah, I thought that's something about Mary. And I think Man United need a Dubai trip for bonding.
I think we need a Dubai trip just to leave half of the players there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think I think Man United. It's about time Man United bonded. You know, the amount of players that you've got. You know, you look here, Bruno Fernandes. Bloody hell! He going back. Was it 2 years ago? Or 2 or 3 seasons ago? He was your top bloody goal scorer, wasn't he? But I noticed when Ronaldo, CR7 came back on the scene, he drifted off, didn't he? He wasn't scoring, and since then he hasn't really been that great, is he, Fernandes?
That's true.
No.
Yeah, he's good at moaning though.
He's very good at moaning.
Very good at moaning.
One of their players is it? A few of them, well, Man United fans that I know, he's gone out on loan. Hannibal, but there's a few United fans that liked him. Hannibal thought he was, a decent prospect.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like established first team grade quality, but very, very, I'd say, I don't know, prolific. He's quite impactful and influencing certain aspects of a game, like his aggression. If you need him to play a press, he is relentless. Absolutely, talking prime Klopp Liverpool pressing, just never ever stops running, chasing people down, and he's doing it in pre-season. Every time he played, the amount of mistakes that the opposition were making from the goalkeeper in defence, every single time they screw something up, Hannibal Mabry's literally just standing right next to them, just like, oh, hi, I'm here. But yeah, not quite the technical ability, unfortunately, to match with it. But then again, is it really that bad compared to everybody else? Because, I mean, at least Hannibal might have been a bit more compatible to being like a system player, might have done Ten Hag more good having him playing as opposed to someone who's not a system player in Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. Donny van der Beek, someone who's a system player, not given the opportunity, goes to Eintracht Frankfurt, and I watched parts of that game, and he looked up for it, looked involved, involved in most of the attacks, getting into good positions, and unfortunately no goal nor assist, but
shown a bit more, yeah.
Well, just on the news, lads, I don't know, no one's mentioned it, but Everton's knocked Palace out of the FA Cup tonight. Everton won 1-0. Andre Gomez got the goal in the first half.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Everton are in the next round.
Cool. Norwich are going to face Liverpool in the 4th round.
That's another 7-0. Like Liverpool love to smash Norwich.
I don't know. I think but the team I hate, Bristol Rovers. I think they got Norwich City tonight in the replay.
Well, Norwich won at 3-1, so you got no worries.
Oh, brilliant! The music to my new team.
No worries at all, there, mate. So you got no worries. I mean, obviously, Arsenal Manic. Yes, apparently, it was. They've flew in to sort this out today. Jordan Henderson terminating his contract in Saudi, joining Ajax. 75% pay cut. He was on 690 something grand a week. He'd be first choice to Southgate's team sheet.
I can't with Gareth Southgate. Literally, he'll seriously go and pick Jordan Henderson again. He'll keep picking him. he'll keep picking him. And someone was recommending me that Gareth Southgate, he gets over criticised. He should be Man United manager. I'm like,
I heard that as well.
If that happens, close the doors.
Exactly.
Just dissolve the club. Hit that Berrytown AFC shit on us. Snap us out of existence.
When I heard that, I thought to myself, what idiot wants to kind of get that man in charge of your club? I don't know.
If it is between Southgate and somebody else, I'm begging for Graham Potter.
Maybe Radcliffe had a vision after all. Then
I don't think it'd happen. I think it'd go two different ways. It'd either be Mourinho. Well, I personally thought that after the campaign, I thought it'd be Jose Mourinho being the next England manager. That was what I thought. And then if Southgate leaves, I mean, obviously you can have Mourinho go into Newcastle, and then Eddie Howe as an English manager going to manage England. So so that's it. So and then whatever other teams. I mean, like Poch. I knew this Poch is coming, and but let's be honest. He has at Chelsea. He hasn't really lit the world alight at Chelsea, has he? Let's be honest. So I think he might be the manager. I reckon Poch would be gone by the end of this beginning part of next season. Because you know what Chelsea. The only reason I see that, Tim, is because you know what Chelsea owners are like. I know Abramovich was one of them, but I think with the bullies, well, I don't think he's a guy that's going to hang around for much longer and just say, well, look, he's there, and we've got to stick by him. He seems like a guy. If Poch ain't going to start picking up wins, like 2 or 3 wins in a row, I can see him get rid of Poch soon. Seriously.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Do you think that HotFuzz might actually joint partner with Radcliffe just for the bounce?
Mate, we'll go out of business faster than bloody House of Fraser is, mate. we'll tank. We'll absolutely tank.
Is it Sports Direct he's in charge of?
The Sports Direct,
yeah.
Pretty much every company he's assumed control of has ended up going down the pan.
Yeah,
and that's in all different walks of business as well. That's
Bye, Man United. Bye. It's good when it lasted. Bye, Man United.
literally, that's the way. That's the way we'd end up going.
Change that winners to bye.
That's what the players are doing. They're waving goodbye to Manchester United. You see them. They go bye.
Yeah,
they take trophies with them.
Call it the Carabao Cup. Carabao Cup final.
Yeah,
the Carabao Cup final game of Manchester United football club.
Yeah, me. So we're nearing the end of the show anyway. I mean, it's been good so far for our first one. Obviously, as you know, we put me as being the good, HotFuzz being as the bad, and obviously, unfortunately, the ugly going to the ugly one.
You cheeky bastard. You know what? I hope Arsenal goes on a winning spree now, and then I'll be up there, and then HotFuzz will be down here. With not saying he's ugly, but saying Man United is being ugly, being ugly.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? Is that this could be subject to change as to how this is ordered.
Definitely.
Because we're not going to be stuck as West Ham being good, Arsenal being bad, and United being ugly all the time. It can just move around.
Oh, so. Yeah, I can move the faces around, mate. We've got no problems with that at all. In that, I mean, if I had the opportunity today, I think you would have become the good, because obviously, you've ended on with a win, and obviously Radcliffe coming in. We'll be the bad, because obviously that disaster we did last night, and Arsenal still stay as ugly.
Yeah,
that's what they basically are at the moment.
They are ugly, yeah. I got a funny feeling I might be down here till the fucking end of January, beginning of February. Jesus.
So we've got the chance to, Anthony, you want to shout out your channels, please, matey?
Yeah, basically, I host a show called Gunners for More Corners, which is on Football United TV. Let's get the channel out there first. Football United TV. I host a show called Gunners for More Corners, which is on Thursdays at 9 o'clock. The guy whose channel it is, he's come back from Brazil, It was his birthday. I think it was his birthday today, and then I just realised he put a picture up in the chat, and he's fucked off to Spain. So I haven't got
Is he?
nothing. Yeah, so I've got no thumbnail, no nothing to create a show with at the minute. So hopefully there might be a show tomorrow. If not, then that's the reason why. Hopefully there should be a Premier League weekend show this Sunday. If not, that could be the same reason why. But yeah, but apart from that, I mean that's it. I mean just give it a like and subscribe. I'll be back on there really soon. If not this weekend, definitely by next week. And I'll get a few people on, and we'll have a good show. We'll have a good debate in that.
That's good.
So yeah, it's about time we started doing something on the show. To be honest with you.
DJ Crane saying the best looking Spaniard. After saying, have you seen the banner, mate?
Hey, you got Ukraine.
Hot Fuzz, you like to bounce at your channel?
Yeah, HotFuzz44 on the YouTube. You'll also find me on Instagram and all that good stuff. I haven't got a game to do, no previews or match reviews this weekend, so I'm sort of more just left with watching whatever the hell kind of degeneracy is going on outside of football, like this bloody ownership dispute with bloody Sheikh Jassim, and it's been confirmed in like the last 30 minutes or so that the bloody Qatari consortium are actually going out of their way to put up a statement, a corrective statement on all the information that has been reported by like mainstream channels in England. So
yeah,
so it's more drama. It's literally more drama for Manchester United. It never ends. It literally never ever ends. So I'm just going to have to be sat in the passenger seat watching this burning inferno mess of a club just barreling off in some kind of direction. God only knows where, and me occasionally make content regarding it. So maybe be something tomorrow or Friday.
Go from there. Well,
Yeah.
as DJ Crane saying to you, mate, you're off until the 28th. Take it easy on the chocolate milk.
Yeah, mate. I've got I finished up my chocolate milk on one side. Praise my cup. My cup's better than yours. Early doors. I've got some squashies as well.
Yeah,
already
ready to go.
Those are mad addictive as well, by the way. Really addictive.
I bought some chocolate earlier. I bought some dairy milk, and you know what? I'm fucking bastards that I'm not. I haven't even had one. Look, all gone. That was what I was looking at. I was looking. If you notice through the stream, I was looking over. I was thinking, "Hang on, where's the chocolate to?"
They've had your chocolate away.
Got me chocolate, bastard.
What you should do is you should like get yourself a cupboard with a padlock on it and just buy yourself tons of chocolate, stick it inside that cupboard, let everybody in your family see it, padlock it, and say, "I'm keeping this key with me at all times." You better come with
a lot of chocolate. Whenever I feel like, I could go. I fancy a bit of chocolate. Like, go to the cupboard wherever, and it's all gone. It's never there. And what gets me is I bloody pay for it. Do you know what I mean? And I think like I can't even have one bar, and I pay for I pay for the whole lot. Terrible.
Anyway, people in the chat, thanks for coming in and being with us on this show. It's been a blast with it. In an hour and 23, we've been into it. So thanks for being with us for this period of time. I'm North Football TV. This is the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly show, and hopefully we'll see you next week. So enjoy the rest of the evening, and I'll set her out.
I'll set her out.
I'll tell out one more thing too. You're right. Go on.
Take care, everyone.
Cheers.